My name is Emma Spears, and I go to Lake Sumter State College. Imagine being part of an ethnicity that only makes about 0.9% of the whole United States population. My dad's side of the family is Albanian, and they come from the country of Albania. My dad is one half Albanian, I'm 1/4, and my grandmother is fully Albanian. Her mother met my grandmother's father in Albania, and they married, but they soon left due to the vastly changing government in Albania, which caused a lot of social and economic problems. Albania was first in control from the Ottoman Empire, then it turned into a communist state, and then became a parliamentary republic. First, it was under the control of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire was a huge power during this time, especially in the south. They basically wanted to get as much land as they could and control as many people as they possibly could. They were in control of Albania from 1395 to 1912, and they became one of the strongest powers in the south. Rihan Khan, an author of a book about the Ottoman Empire, said, "Power is a corrupting force, as it is the fear of losing it." He basically meant that during this time there was a lot of power struggle and people became corrupt from it, which caused other people to swoop in and kind of take places. Albania during this time obviously had the power struggle, which I mentioned before. It had a lot of divisions between people because they believed different things, and then they were in control, and the Ottoman Empire was in control, which caused problems. A lot of strong powers during this time used religion to enforce rules on their people. The Ottomans used Islam, which caused a lot of the Albanians to have a huge Muslim population. So that's why today a lot of the people in Albania are religiously Muslims. And they basically did this because religion was a way to control people. And here's an illustration of Albania during this time. And this kind of shows how there was a lot of fighting in Albania. The Albanian people tried to resist the Ottoman Empire. And then, about 1941, it changed from the Ottoman Empire being in control after they lost power and went to being a communist state. This is where things went a little more downhill in Albania. Karl Marx basically started communism. Well, what is communism? Communism is a political and economic ideology. And basically it means there are no classes. Everyone's paid the same. And that kind of causes a little bit of problems socially. And this caused an Albanian diaspora, which is what I mentioned before with my great-grandparents. This caused a lot of people to leave because of the bad conditions in the country. And around 1,400,000 Albanians live out of the country, which kind of shows this shift that most people live out of Albania, most of the Albanians. And this was all due to the diaspora, which is kind of cool. It shows a connection between the past and the future. And basically the communist leader of Albania, Ilir Meta, said, "If you want democracy, hold on to your own sovereignty." And this kind of shows what the theme and what the communists basically believed during this time period. And they were basically pretty corrupt. The current government of Albania, which started after the communists fell, which was basically in the 1990s, and now they are a parliamentary constitutional republic. And the country has really improved because it's pushed more to democracy instead of communism or socialism, which caused a lot of problems, both economically, socially, and culturally. And this is from the leader Lenin. And he basically said that even if Albanians starve and bad things happen, that they shouldn't stoop to other people's levels and that they need to maintain their morals. And this kind of shows the theme of where the Albanians are today. And now that it's a parliamentary constitutional republic, basically they're pushing more for democracy, and they have a constitution, which gives them, they basically get to write their laws. They have a legislator, and getting to write these laws gives them more personal rights, which really pushes away from communism and the whole downhill slope they went in. And that just betters it, socially and economically. So, Albania changed from being in the control of the Ottoman Empire. Then it moved to a communist state, and then finally the parliamentary republic it is today. I think it's important to share this rare knowledge of Albania because not a lot of people know about it. And I'm proud of my heritage and my family, and it's important to show that. I hope that we can all reflect on our past and our heritage, where our families come from, and look to the future and how to improve ourselves.